the immunity is off except on that segment. Let's see if he goes for the sleep instead of the first skill to cycle a little bit of attack bar. Goes for the strip instead.
Yeah, and Raigeki getting a massive proc there, and does use skill 3 on his Praha, so he has a 2-turn speed buff. It's going to be able to pump in a lot of damage here. Yeah, Praha might get removed from the field soon, but again, that Shizuka does not have skills up. It's a lot of damage coming off that Juno. That Praha also does a fair bit of damage, and Volantis has its skills up.
Yeah, Volantis getting good value there on top of the Miles, getting that nice little stun. Additional turn popping out. Go after that CR because he doesn't want to see these bombs coming out here, but he's going to see a bomb anyways, landing on top of the Molon.
Yeah, very interesting that Hope is content to let this Oberon go off, but not enough damage onto that Dominic. But unfortunately, Sekhmet's able to finish off that Dominic, so...
Ooh, does eat that bomb. Goes to Curse Beautiful.
Raigeki looking very strong here. LD abusing his way to victory and is able to down that Wusa with the Oberon.
And there you have it, Raigeki taking round 3 away from Hope. A highly anticipated match we have here, Big V versus Thompson. Here we go. Big V versus Thompson, round 1.
Yeah, and so Big V is basically looking to proc through a lot of damage and snipe out units here.
But he may go for that damage there onto the Narsha, but instead just goes for some poke damage there. Factor here, but it looks like he chose for some poke damage on top of the Narsha instead. And back onto the Nana. He's trying to get rid of this unit.
Thompson's not able to get that orb onto that Nana. That Nana's not tanky enough to survive this Narsha here. So
Thompson's able to remove the Oliver from the field, but it's a little late for that. You can see the pummeling damage is going to be raining on top of this Masha now that she's dismounted. Narsha looking for the finish.
Potentially snipe off a unit, and then if it lands a defense break, that Ragdoll is going to do a lot of damage. So I think this Juno is going to be the first target. Or Oliver, and there's just going to be so much damage coming from Big B's side of the field.
No despair stuns coming through here. Gianna's going to cycle a little bit of attack bar, trying to remove the Oliver from the field. Of course, no stuns going to be landing here. Additional turns popping up. Gianna getting removed. Ragdoll looking to torn out. That Masha does miss crit, though. Narsha's going to be there with the additional turn on top.
Every proc from Big B is very big here because it makes him do a lot of damage. Each of these units do so much, and there's nothing Thompson can do to keep this Juno up.
Nothing he can do there. Big V with the big victory over Thompson.
And it's just going to be really interesting to see how very powerful artifacts stack up against each other. It's going to be tough for Truewell to find an opening because there is a very good Avelio from Raigeki's side of the field. So Truewell's going to need to string together a couple of procs to get that burst and get a kill in.
Yeah, full value right there out of that Volantis.
My head is spinning here, seeing that Dominic just stunned there, not able to move.
Juno is going to remove that Dominic from the field. That's another orb going up on top of the Nana here. No additional turns coming up from the Shizuka. Big wild blow going out onto the Ragdoll. Truewell at a 2-unit deficit right now.
Yeah, Truewell at a 2-unit deficit. Definitely lost game 1 there. There is that Oberon, but that Oberon's not going to be able to take anything out because there's 2 stacks on the Nana, so lots of protection coming up from Truewell's side. I'm not really sure what Raigeki's win condition is right now.
Oh, a beautifully timed heal coming out of the Abelia while he was really, really low possible.
Yeah, Truewell's going to be pummeling damage in here, but again, Raigeki's about to lose his Praha here. That Oberon's out of steam, and Truewell evens it 1-1. It's going to be really detrimental. There's a lot of sustain coming out from this Riley. This Narsha is going to need a proc if Truewell wants a chance to win. That Tessarian's Oblivion is going to be so powerful here, and that's a massive proc.
That's a massive proc, not able to get the kill on top of the Narsha. With that Oblivion, it would have just removed Narsha from the field. It would have been revived back with that last orb sitting on top of Nana.
Here that might go down. Truewell preemptively gives it a shield, which is a wise move here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to survive.
Yep, there's that third skill coming out with Shizuka. Stuns up all of Truewell's units here.
There's not enough burst left on Truewell's side as he loses this Narsha here.
Sekhmet going for the cursive. Beautiful. Landing all those negative effects here. And we can see Tessarians popping off here, removing the Molly from the field. There are no orbs available to bring that unit back. Raigeki!
And I also don't know if, or we haven't seen a Sierra coming out, and I don't know if that's a Sierra. Well, we do see a Sierra coming out, which is really interesting here. Truewell does have an Narsha. The weakness of the Sierra is the fact that it generally is a little squishy.
Raigeki gonna come out on top in this game 5. Here we go.
A lot of damage going on to this Nana, already at half health there, and you see Truewell just tunneling down the Sierra here. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough And again, we see why True Will pre-banned that Sierra. That Sierra's doing so much, and that's a massive proc coming from this Praha here. More bombs.
Yeah.
True Will's looking a little shaky here. Raigeki's just looking for his opportunity to be able to sink in damage and avoid and play around the heals from Obelio here. It's a lot of damage, and those are massive procs coming out from Sierra. And there's not enough heal, not enough sustain coming out from Obelio. Obelio did not proc enough here, so True Will's going to be losing his Ragdoll and probably losing his Nana net.
Does get that Despair stun out on the Ciara. Ciara with the additional turn. Bomb getting planted. He's going to choose to detonate. Is that going to be it here? And it might be. Raigeki really does have a lot of momentum. Praha is going to be providing so much damage with all that additional damage out there. Keep in mind, you're still going to get the value out of the Shizuka third skill. There is a lot of bombs there. He's coming out of the Shizuka. More additional damage coming out of the first skill up this Praha. Potentially onto the Juno. Chooses to go after the Abelio instead.
Wow, and this is so difficult for Raigeki here. He needs to get through this Obelio, but Obelio does end up
to it.
Definitely not. This Praha does so much damage, and there goes Juno. And Raigeki's able to upset True Will 3-2.
3-2, Raigeki taking down True Will.
It is Madream D and Big V, last year's America's Cup Finals, last year's 2 representatives at the World Finals.
Should be there to finish off that Juno.
Wow, and that's a huge proc from that Gianna. Goes and takes out that Juno. Here has 4 units to 3 here, and just got a massive proc on that Praha.
Yeah, really good proc right there. He's gonna landing that strip as well, removing that soul protection off of Yanhong. Yanhong is gonna get removed from the field.
I mean, Big V looking so good. Those LD units just so powerful here. But Dream D losing the Nana there. Only has Shizuka. Should take his time to think about how he wants to draft in the next game. Does land that defense break, and I think Big V's going to get a lot of momentum here, especially with that speed buff.
Yeah, big proc right there. Diana might be the what's in store for Big V. Can he get rid of the Dark Onimusha with it?
So that's exactly what Dream V's going for. But Big V just has so much resilience on his team and so much damage.
There's a lot of things being applied to the field right now, but he does wake up the Juno, so it's just one.
Yeah, Masha destroys that Juno, destroys that Yanhong. Where's that quit button? It's over.
Right away, it is dismounted. We have the defense break up for this Masha, looking to get some value for Big V. He's able to receive a heal on top of the Juno if he chooses to go for it.
Yeah, that's a lot of value that this third skill is going to bring. It's a lot. That Dark Onimusha is going to do a lot of damage, so this Dark Onimusha needs to go down on this shot here.
Oh, he's so lucky he got the additional turns here to drop that unit.
Oh yeah, the Dark Onimusha has the passive, which allows it to stay alive here. So Big V is going to be taking a lot of damage on the backswing when Dark Onimusha wakes up here. But it has a dot, so it goes down there anyways. So Big V does pummel in a lot of damage with the Masha there, unfortunately. So we're going to see that Changpeng is going to drop here. We're going to need a Juno solo.
We are going to need a Juno solo, and feel like it is possible. We have seen moments like that before. We'll see if that happens here. He goes with the revive, back onto the Masha. To that Juno with no despair stun there. And there you have it, Big V taking down Madream D.